Alright, so this video is without prejudice and recourse. Alright, all rights reserved. I am not waiving any of my rights whatsoever. Alright, UCC 1-308, y'all. Okay. This is part 2 of the video because I stretched the other one out, and I apologize for the first one. But it needs to be let known. Okay? These attorneys and these judges are viruses stuck in a leech, and they're blood sucking after every mom and dads and children out there and causing harm. Alright? And Miss Walsh needs to pull up the codes of conspiring and kidnapping, or all kidnapping codes, and make a claim on the man or woman that was in her house and took her kids, and make a separate claim on the officers that was there at the same time, and then use the code against them of the kidnapping, conspiring and kidnapping. You can use their codes against them. There is no law on that. And besides that, y'all, on family courts, they like to say there is due process, but there is no due process. Number one, they don't even go by the Constitution. So why would he even go by the due process? And there is no due process in the Constitution. Due process is actually an alienable right. It's supposed to be. Anybody makes a claim, you're allowed to sit there and be able to protect yourself by any means necessary. Okay? And if you've been harmed, you are allowed to claim damages from any one person, place, or thing. Okay? Remedy is what it's called.
All of this all over our country. Cases and cases and cases have come forward, and they have been. As I've been an advocate for years now, we hear it all day long. And while we're standing here, children are being taken from loving families, being either put into foster care and drugged up, or they're being taken from beautiful families and homes that love them and put it and adopted out into the system, and all for money. These are commodities at this point.
And often these children are abused once they get into DCF's custody.
Oh my gosh, the murder, the pedophilia, and yes, we're saying it. We're saying it. You know what? The public has been given these notions, and they've been given a narrative to mock it. And if you are at that point where you hear pedophilia, or you hear murder, or you hear that someone's children have been taken, and you want to work towards finding what's wrong with that person or shaming your fellow citizen, then you have a problem, truly, at this point. This is real in our country, this is real in our lives, and this is real in our families. And it's destroying our families and our children, which are our future.
Thank you, Megan. We appreciate it.
You're
we
welcome.
wish you the
Thank
most
you
of
all for
luck.
coming.
And we're going to stand behind you, and we're going to try to get more people behind you, and stand up for all the children, not just in Florida, but in this whole country. This whole system needs to be redone. And,
yes.
And I hate that you're going through this, but Lord, you're a strong woman, and we're behind you.
Thank you. I want my brother Adam to be able to rest in peace.
We care about
Whatever
Adam
is the truth of that to come forward. I want the people to have time and space to look into that. The records are all online. They are all public, and it's been 40 years. And look it up and look into it.
Don't believe us.
Because we are actually going to help protect missing and exploited children and children that are in these situations that we need. You know, my parents started in a certain way, and we are here to actually correct the issue. We can't have this anymore. And children are my life. And
perhaps this is the 2.0 and get it right this time.
Absolutely.
I
have a lot of hope, and I know that there's
faith.
tons of us coming together. And that's all I've ever asked from the beginning, is for the people to come together and use your voice. That's it. That's it. It's so simple. We want all these bigger things that we have to do, and we don't have to. We just use our voice and we come together united.
So keep our hair supporting.
We use grace, we use truth, and we get there's better ways, and there's so many
And we
people
can't
these
help
days that
family-
want to get involved and want to be better.
And we can't help families that do need help, but we need a system that's there for those families. That the goal is to help the whole family and get those children reunified if possible.
Absolutely.
To give the services.
Absolutely.
Yes.
These are adult issues. We should not, it's not that.
I'm going to pause it there for a second. Just so you guys know, Congress and the federalists told judges that if CPS lies, go ahead and let them lie. Now, the Ninth Circuit Court actually told CPS they can't do it. But as you can well tell, and they literally took this to the Ninth Circuit Court, and I guess the higher courts did not take it any higher. They didn't accept it. I don't know what ever become of it. But that was the last court, the Ninth Circuit Court, which is the California area, y'all. Alright? They basically told CPS, are you out of your freaking mind? We're going to give you permission to lie so you can steal kids from their parents? That constitutionally, the best place is for the parents? And you want us to give the blessings for you to lie? Well, why not? They give the blessings for the cops to lie. And they give blessings for themselves to lie. And give blessings for attorneys to lie. But at least they stood up on the CPS and said, well, we're not going to give you the power to lie. But, dare I say it, the federal government and Congress kind of did tell the judges, hey, do not believe the parents. Believe CPS. And this is where we're at today. The judges are allowed to ignore the parents and believe every single lie from CPS. Remember this, y'all. 99.99% of this is by people calling in without giving their names, and never has to be accountable. There's no affidavit facts, no this, no witnesses. You literally have judges lying on you. You have cops lying on you. You have the attorneys backstabbing you when it's your own attorney because they're for the state and they're not for the children. Because again, that's not the number one deal. It's the interest of the funding for the federal government to get that. Now, if I'm wrong, why is it so profitable? And why are they trying so hard at keeping these kids? The baby's 5 or 6 days old. What factual evidence did they even come up with to be able to take her kid in this short amount of time? This is all hearsay from CPS. All the attorneys is all hearsay. And the judges are acting if it's all facts and say, hey, sorry, you tacitly agreed to all these terms. So when you sat there and opened your mouth and said it's okay to speak, and you agreed to, play the game, then you tacitly agreed that consequences are your own.
We care about children today. No, that's preying on our children. You take care of the parents. If somebody can't pay a bill that month, you help them. And then you help them in a supportive way to make sure that they can the next month. Whether it's a job or something, there's so many better ways to be helping and supporting our families, our precious families, and our sacred children in this country and all over the world. So I really have been so appreciative of all the people that have come forward, especially people within the system. There are good people in the system that want to do right. It's systemic at this point, and we need people to stand forward, come forward, be doing better, and speaking out about what they have witnessed, as well as children that have grown up in the system.
Right. If you're working for any of these places, you can reach out to any of us, independent or whatever journalists, and we will keep you confidential, and we will try to investigate anything we can
Yes.
with our means that we have.
Yes, we have
Which are limited,
people,
but we'll
we've had
try.
people drop off this case, and there are people involved in this case that are not okay with it. They said, you know, we don't even feel like we're protecting children anymore. And to me, that's a victory.
Yeah.
It's a victory.
What do you have to say to people out there?
I'm going to pause that for right quick. All right, now confidential. I totally agree that anybody talk to American Amy and Lady Justice and Meghan should be confidential. Okay? But if anybody's making any claims on to try to get these kids, right? Then now that has to be an affidavit and actually become a real witness. That way it is no longer hearsay, and the parents of any sort, and I'm going to go easy with parents, right? Any mom and dad, because I'm a dad, I'm not a father. My Heavenly Father is in heaven. He's never abandoned me or my sons and daughters. Alright? I am not a father, I'm a dad. You use the correct words.
Now that have gone through what you're going through, we've had hundreds of
Let me get you with these.
Well, it's fine. There's a lot of people, there are parents that have been fighting for this for decades. And we gotta keep the Freemasons as well.
Yeah.
Here, thank you.
Because that's a part of our problem is the Freemasons. These ladies, can you tell us why you're here today? You're in support of. And, oh yeah, why are you here today? Meghan Walsh, yes. And all the children that are being illegally taken, right? And you?
I'm here for Meghan Walsh, and I'm here for saving the children, which is so important. Our children are our future, and if we can't fight for them, then we have nothing left.
I agree with you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for standing behind Meghan. I know you have been for a long time, and it's appreciated. Standing up for all the children. I know you've been working on that for a while. I know you're working on things, and we appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
And I thank everybody out there for backing her up. And Meghan is really a strong woman. Not only that she's fighting all this process with her own sons and daughters, right? This started off that the grandparents only wanted the sons, but that was too controversial. So now I believe, and I may misunderstand this, as now they don't really want any of the kids, because that I believe it's because it was too controversial. Well, why do you want just the sons? Okay, well, I'm a grandparent. If I need to step in, by gosh, I don't care if it's a son or daughter, right? And if it's 12 of them, I'll take all 12. Don't want to, but I will. I get too old to be running around with my head cut off. I can't even keep up with one blind one. He runs me ragged, y'all. Oh my goodness. It don't matter if you can see or blind. When you're full of energy, you're going to do whatever you can do, and you're going to run all over the place. You may get banged up a little bit since you can't see, but by gosh, that does not slow my grandbaby down. And I'm taking care of him, and he keeps my my heart beating, I guess is what you would say. Keep it in shape. This is Decent We the People News. Meghan is fighting all this with her own battles and demons with this issue with her sons and daughters. And she's out there trying to help others with their own kids and getting the word out with a bunch of other people. And you just got to give Meghan all kinds of strength in the world. You know, and I tried to play a little part in there. You know, right now my life is pretty much happy and content. This video is not really necessary for my benefit. This is more along the lines of getting the word out. You guys need to wake up out there and realize that one good thing that should have been a good thing turned into absolutely terror and horror. These attorneys and these judges and all these federal government is involved in these 4D contracts and all that. They are parasites inside of leeches, and they're sucking the lives out of your family members. Bitch, the 4D contract ought to keep you from getting a divorce. You know, the 4D contract ought to keep you from getting a divorce, but the CPS ought to keep you from getting a divorce. They prey on the weak, and they still go after the strong because there's money involved. That way you can, so them leeches can come and suck your money dry. The average divorce is $75,000. And the attorneys will freaking leech you dry, and when they find out that you're dry and you can't pay them no more, then they're going to settle. And this is going to be years later. Some of you guys already know this. If I'm wrong, prove it. Because I've seen plenty of factual evidence saying otherwise. This family court thing is out of control, and it does not need to be revived. It needs to be dismantled. And there better be some constitutional regulations if it's ever revamped. And these CPS workers need to take some type of oath of office and can be held responsible. If there's any death in their care, then they're going to be punished just like a death that was in your family that you was watching. It's okay for death to happen under their watch, but if one of your kids under your watch gets harmed, they're going to try to put you in prison. And believe me, they would try everything they can do and lie to the courts to put you in prison. Diesel with People News, y'all. Till next time. Oh, P.S. Pushed no more and free to protect. Check out her YouTube channel, y'all, and Facebook and all that. Alright? She's doing a lot of great works out there. Also, go to Susan Bassey in the California area. Push No More, Free to Protect is in the New York area. Susan Bassey's in the California area. Support, support, support. Okay? Support, support, support. We need to get this wiped off. Alright? And for some of y'all knows, may not know, San Joaquin helped Susan Bassey to learn how to do FOIA requests and film in public and all that. So she learned some things with and I believe that San Joaquin and Susan Bassey still stays in fairly good touch with one another. Alright, these will be the People News. Bye, y'all.